Shorty Raudman, I looked up his statistics, and I looked up some of the news clips, some of the writers' articles. I Googled, and this guy was an up-and-coming Chicago Cub. But to tell you about baseball and where baseball was at in the mid-1960s, Shorty made more money racing motorcycles than he did being a baseball player. So you can't fault him for the decision that he made.
Well, then I guess the question is, did you know Evel Knievel?
Yeah, I knew him. But I didn't do what he did.
But you know him.
Oh yeah.
You guys were on the same track or course together at times?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're talking the 60s.
Awesome. Was he kind of a hardcore dude?
Yeah, well, he knew how he could make a bunch of money on a motorcycle, but you know, he had to break his body in two to do it.
So where's home? Where are you from?
Erie, Pennsylvania is where I grew up, and then I moved to California, and I signed with the Cubs right out of high school.
Pennsylvania. We lived in PA for a while.
So, who are some of the players you played with in your days of playing the game?
When I was with the Cubs, I hid behind Ernie Banks. If you've ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Billy Williams was on that team, and George Altman.
Yeah, and Ron Santo and
Beckert. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I signed with him right out of high school in '61, a bonus contract.
So your nickname is Shorty.
Yeah.
Your name is
Raudman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Shorty Raudman.
All right.
So then, you know the legend of Ken Hubbs then?
Oh yeah, Kenny Hubbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad the way he went out.
Yeah, National League Rookie of the Year in 1961, and then he died in a plane crash that year in the mountains of Nevada, if I believe right.
He was Rookie of the Year.
Flying a Piper Cub and run out of gas, if you can believe it or not.
Yeah, somewhere like in Lake Tahoe or in that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ran out of gas.
Shorty, looking at the game today compared to when you were in the game, and how long were you in the game?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
If you could look at really just one thing, I mean, the money, yes, but is the money that big of an issue in baseball today?
I played in the major leagues for $10,000, and I thought I died and went to heaven. Now the major league minimum is $350,000.
Is there too much money? Do you think they're making too much money? I mean, you play the same game they play.
No, I don't think they're making too much. I thought we were making too little.
Okay.
I could make more money. Contracting on the off season than I made playing in the major leagues.
Well, I was gonna say you don't see Justin Marno racing motorcycles in the off season.
No.
A lot of those players. I know Mickey Mantle went back and worked in the coal mines after the
I
baseball
raced motorcycles professionally at flat track and the mile and all that, and that's what got me in trouble with Leo DeRocher, the Cubs, because I'd race those motorcycles and he'd get all mad about it, But I could make some money racing motorcycles and pounding nails carpentry.
So Leo DeRocher would get mad at you. What would he say?
He'd say, Shorty, I'm going to send you so far into the minor leagues they won't get to you with a 50-cent stamp. And I said, damn, a 50-cent stamp will send a letter a long way, Leo. And he says, you better believe it, you little bastard.
Unreal.
All right.
So do you live in Duluth now?
No, my wife grew up here, and we come back to visit her folks.
So you're living in Chicago?
No, we live in California, Southern Cal.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, Kenny, we got to get him on when we have like an hour to talk, because really, the Ken Hubbs story is interesting, and it's sad.
I knew Kenny Hubbs real well.
Really?
Yeah. That was a damn shame what happened to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And anyways, I tell you what, Ferguson Jenkins obviously was pitching there, and then
they call him Fergie.
Yeah, Fergie, and then you had Milt Pappas.
Yeah, Milt Pappas. But the big guy was Ernie Banks and Billy Williams. They were legends.
Oh, absolutely.
Ernie Banks was unbelievable. It looked like every pitch thrown to him was a changeup. He had all day to swing.
What was it like playing at Wrigley Field back in the day?
Well, I just seen that game on TV and it looked exactly the same.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Yeah.
But
yeah. Tough ballpark for a left-hand hitter and a great ballpark for a right-hand hitter. I happened to be a left-hand hitter.
Well, there's talk now that they're going to try to get some naming rights to Wrigley Field because they need more money to pay the players.
Well, more people would come to the game, I guess. We play at night during the week. It's hard for guys to get off work to go to a game during the week.
Shorty Raudman.
Yeah.
R-A-U-D?
M-A-N.
M-A-N.
All right.
Yeah.
Unreal. So you and Ed are friends?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I come in here every time we're back in town. Rita, my wife, grew up here, so we come back to visit, and then I always come in and see Ed. He's a real sports fan.
So you played 8 seasons. You didn't just have a cup of tea in the major leagues. You played 8 seasons.
I'm going through the retirement now in baseball, so my pension's coming up. It's pretty good.
Wow. What do you think of the kind of money Alex Rodriguez is making, and does that hurt or help baseball?
Well, movie stars are making that kind of money, and he's the best baseball player around. He should make the same thing.
Yeah, but there's a lot of movie stars making that kind of money, but there's only one baseball player making that.
No. Well, what's I don't know the difference between 25 and 18 or 14 mil, you know. But if the players aren't making the money, the owners are. I mean, the way it.
So why not have the players make it? You know, I played in the major leagues and made $10,000. I thought I died and went to heaven. That was in 1966.
And that's when Marvin Miller came on the scene to take over, you know, to represent the players.
Yeah, right.
And the first thing he did was got some representation for bubblegum cards.
Yeah.
So Topps had to start giving you a catalog and give you something for the pitcher.
Yeah. I thought it was a big deal when I got my name on a bubblegum card.
No kidding.
And my picture, you know.
And then you got your catalog from Topps that told you you could get a toaster. Or you could get,
exactly. You know, you could get a real neat jacket with leather sleeves. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's where it came from. And yeah, cool.
Do you know who he is? John's a baseball historian.
Yeah, but I mean,
a baseball nut, a baseball freak.
No, I mean, I could make more money in the off season. And then I had twin boys in my first year of baseball from my wife, and I could make more money in the off season. And it got so much, and then all of a sudden I was only playing against right-handed pitchers, which is 3 or 4 games, 3 out of 4 games. You know, they use you as a right-hand pitcher because I was a left-hand hitter. And I said, I don't sit on the bench for anybody. I'm going to go back and contract, make more money.
Oh.
And I walked out of baseball after 2 seasons in the big leagues. And then Cincinnati bought me, and I came back with Pete Rose and those guys. And I stayed a year there with Cincinnati.
You played with Pete?
Yeah.
Should Pete be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, he definitely got more hits than anyone who ever played baseball. Why shouldn't he be? You know,
it's politics.
Babe Ruth was a drunk. Everyone loves him. Babe, why can't Pete be in the Hall of Fame?
All right. Well, Shorty, we got to get a couple other people on. Hey, we'll get you down the road. All right, nice talking to you. Shorty Raudman.